All right, hello, hello, hello. Let me go ahead and. All right, hello, hello, hello. Oh my gosh, I forgot I had that up. Give me one moment. Oh my gosh, I forgot I had that up. Give me one moment. Wait a minute. Where is that sound coming from? Wait a minute. Where is that sound coming from? I got Twitch open somewhere. Give me a sec. There it is. There it is. Okay. We're good. Sorry about that. Sorry if I'm yelling. Halos and I were trying to do a stream together thing, and it did not work because I do not use Chrome or Firefox. So that was an issue. Okay. I will. Okay, I need to move my Twitch thing over here. Yes, I know it makes sounds. Okay, let me transition over here. Hi! Alright, so right now I am just trying to make sure everything is good. This is running. This is running. I can see the chat for... Okay, so whenever I click into here, that'll bring the chat back up. Okay, and of course, bald spot showing today. That's fine. We're good. We're fine. We're all good. I forgot to set up the light. Whatever. And do I have my... No, I don't. It's fine. We're good. I can see. But yeah, we're doing some Calc 2 studying today. My brain is mush. But I need to study, and I wanted to stream, and I said I would do a stream. I did say I wasn't going to do it today, but I pushed back my appointment for the computer to tomorrow afternoon because I'm not going to be streaming Wednesday anyway, and maybe I can squeeze in something Tuesday morning, but I didn't schedule it because I'm not sure. We will see. But hopefully my computer will be back by Thursday. If not, I will adjust the schedule on Twitch. Let me go ahead and get myself unmuted here for Halos. I don't know. He might be still doing his introduction. He's doing some cooking today. Just a bit of cooking. Alright, let me go ahead and pull this up. Alright, so you guys will see me take notes. Woo! You will probably hear some video in the background because my online ebook thing has what you calls it.
I know, right?
Yes. It has videos in the chapter itself. So, you will hear that, but I'm doing trigonometric integrals. So I'm going to be learning the powers of sine and cosine.
Anyway, that's the plan for today's stream.
Yes. That is the plan.
Second. Help this out. Grab this right here. We're just going to send it this. Her.
What are you cooking, Zach?
Stuff.
Stuff.
I'm cooking up an alternative to what we were trying to do a little while ago, which is... Oh, shit. Yeah, I got it. This. There. Nope. Yes. There we go. Okay. In both chat rooms, there's a multi-stream.
Oh,
If you got, whoever clicks on it, it will open up both stream layouts. You can watch both streams. Hopefully, I would leave one stream muted because the audio will probably be off.
yes.
But yeah, let me get that rolling here.
Okay, I'm gonna get watching my video. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Now let's turn
start
our
talking
attention
chat
to
and getting the stream up.
a situation that's similar to the one that we started this section with. And that situation, the situation we started the section with was the notion of having the integral of an expression that has to do with sine x, cosine x, and the exponents on them and so forth. Well, we can explore a similar situation involving tangent and secant. Now, when we encounter a problem like this, though, it's important for us to understand that, first of all, we're going to use the power rule. And in doing that, we need
we're cooking citrus pork tacos.
You're very loud. I'm gonna turn you down.
Am I?
Sorry, I'll turn you down. No good.
Okay.
No worries.
Micromanaging because I am far away from the computer.
No worries. I had you at 200%, and I don't know why.
Okay. But yeah, so we're doing pork citrus tacos. Pork citrus tacos. Keep in mind, guys, that my
identify a u and a du.
My
and the relationship between tangent and secant in terms of u and du is this, that if u is tangent x, then du is secant squared x dx.
For whatever reason, you know why.
I'm going to have to turn you way, way, way down because I can't focus on the video.
That's fine. Just lower it down to like 1%, that's fine.
It's okay.
And if u is secant x, then du is secant x tangent x dx. Whoa. Well, it involves the two trig ratios that we're talking about, tangent and secant, but in a much different way, in a little more complicated way than we had the involvement of sine and cosine earlier. Now, in situations that involve tangent and secant, we may also need to use the identity, 1 plus tangent squared x is secant squared x. Now the variation on this, of course, is tangent squared x is secant squared x minus 1. Let's take a problem. Now I want to just take a problem here and jump into a problem because we can look at and try to remember a rule if we want to. But I'm thinking that the rule is going to be soon forgotten. It's almost like we in this circumstance, we almost need to evaluate the situation on its own accord rather than try to refer back to a rule that's easily forgotten. So I'm thinking we jump into a problem like this way. That here's our problem. Here we want the integral of this expression. And it makes sense to move this factor in the denominator up into the numerator and write it as secant x to the negative 1/2 power, and then we bring down the other part. Now, we want to try to achieve some form like this, and this is what we have done in the past. We want some kind of u. We want to identify a u and a du so that we have a u to the nth power du. And then we have some leftover factors, you see, involved in this. So that's kind of the way we want to structure this. And if we're going to use secant x as our u, and that's what we'd like to do here, that's the path of least resistance in this problem, then the form that we're achieving is secant x is our u, and we're going to have an exponent here that we haven't identified yet. But we know this, that the du part, when we think about secant x as a u, the du is secant x tangent x. So we've got to have these factors in here. And the leftover factors, gee, what have we not used? Well, when we look at our original problem, we have 3 factors of tangent x. One of them is used here, and so we have tangent squared x out here as kind of the leftover. Now, that leftover is the one that we are going to use our identity on, you see, as secant squared x minus 1. Now, let's get back over here, though. I'll wait for that just for a minute. Let's move back over here. if we started with secant x to the negative 1/2 power, and we have secant x right here. Now, what do we need for the exponent on secant x in this position in order for this product to become secant x to the negative 1/2? That is, 1 plus what is negative 1/2? It turns out to be negative 3/2. So we write this then as secant x to the negative 3/2, and then our du part we bring down, and here we go with our identity. Now, remember that when we went through this pattern before involving sine and cosine, this situation was not too obstructive to our problem, because this is really a u squared situation, you see, minus 1, and all it did was to contribute to a larger exponent on the u, which really doesn't bother us too much in using the power rule. So, this is just not a real big deal in the problem. At any rate, let's go ahead and expand. Now, I've got secant squared x times all of this business, means secant squared x times this factor gives me secant x to the 1/2 power. Bring down that stuff. And now I have minus 1 times these guys on the outside, so I have negative all of this business right here. All right, now I'm going to go upstairs and separate these two in terms of integration. So it's the integral of this part minus the integral of that part, and I've repeated that up here.
Oh, hold on. I gotta rewind a little bit.
On the
Going
outside.
a little bit fast. Secant x. Negative 3/2.
Okay, there we go. That's rinsed. So we'll start with
Secant x tangent?
Right. So I have negative all of this business right here.
Oh, negative the whole first section. So,
so I don't really know
yeah, I'm going to have to hop down a line.
Cut this head off and then I just trim it. Let's see here.
Just write that dx there.
It's going to have a truckload of seeds in it. I love the seeds.
All right, now I'm going to go upstairs and separate these two in terms of integration. So it's the integral of this part minus the integral of that part, and I've repeated that up here. So that's what I've got. Now, remember, it's the idea that we have a u to the 1/2 du. You see, is the form that we've achieved here, and so our integral is u to the n plus 1. Well, that's 1/2 plus 1. 1/2 plus 2/2, 3/2, over 3/2. And then minus, same idea over here. We have u to the minus 3/2 du. So the n is minus 3/2. And so our result is u to the n plus 1. U to the minus 3/2 plus 1 is minus 1/2 for this exponent, and minus 1/2 appears downstairs. Now let's just clean.
Okay. Get x to the 3/2 over 3/2. Yep. Yep. Integral of that. I guess this just disappears.
Streaming.
Oh yeah, because subtracting, so those two go away. Well, no, that doesn't make sense. Sorry, fiance is in the background, Mr. Halos. He's very quiet right now because I was focusing on video, which I will resume in a second. I don't think they heard you because I didn't hear you. I got you on. He's doing a cooking stream today. So yeah, if you want to hit in the chat or check the chat, we have a link in there for multi-stream. I might repost it again in a little bit. But yeah, I'm halfway through this video. I had to pause because I have to write this down. But I I don't know what happened to the secant x tangent x.
So she's doing math. I was wondering on my end of the stream.
I might have to rewind a little bit.
Actually disturbs me while I'm cooking.
You know what, let me rewind.
1 u to the minus 3.
Hold on.
So the n, 3 halves, over our integral is
Okay, let me rewind just a little bit more. Sorry.
u part, and I've repeated that up
Okay,
here.
here we go.
So that's what I've got. Now remember, it's the idea that we have a u to the 1/2 du. You see, is the form that we've achieved here, and so our integral is u to the n plus 1. Well, that's 1/2 plus 1.
Got it.
1/2 plus 2
That's
halves,
why.
3 halves, over 3 halves. And then minus, same idea over here. We have u to the minus 3 over 2 du. So the n is minus 3 over 2. And so our result is u to the n plus 1. U to the minus 3 over 2 plus 1 is minus 1/2 for this exponent. And minus 1/2 appears downstairs. Now let's just clean it up a little bit. Dividing by 3 over 2 is the same as multiplying by 2/3. And here, minus minus gives us plus. Dividing by 1/2 is the same as multiplying by 2. So here then is our answer.
Okay, so
Over 2 is the same as multiplying.
Not gonna lie.
so secant x to the 2/3 plus.
So what we're gonna do? Cut these in a really.
I didn't have to look at that to know that. Secant x to the negative 1/2 plus c. Okay, so then
Multiplying by 2/3. And here, minus minus gives us plus. Dividing by 1/2 is the same as multiplying by 2. So here then is our answer.
okay, next.
In this
part.
next problem, if you took a look at the guidelines in your textbook, you would find that this problem meets the criteria for both of the first two guidelines, so we could have presumably worked the problem in a couple of ways. I'm choosing to let u be the tangent 3x, and du then.
Alright, give me a second to write down the problem. That's to the third.
Kind of therapeutic if you think about it. 'Cause it's like,
3x dx.
there's no
Okay.
extreme happening where both of these types of exercises. It's
Tan
like everyday stuff,
3x.
but it's relaxing just to be able to have that white noise in the background.
Calculus 2 is not everyday stuff. Okay.
What do you mean? Yeah, it is. Doing calculus right now, like cut peppers.
Sure.
You do the math of how long you can make these strands.
You need to find the integral of secant 3x to the 4th power times tangent 3x to the 3rd power, right?
Same thing as cutting an onion. Also,
Sure.
when you're listening, I thought you weren't listening.
Well, I had to pause it because I had to copy down the question.
Can't tell when you're listening to me or not.
Sorry.
But yeah, do what I said, chat. It's worth it. That's what she would say. Anyway.
Then would be 3 secant squared 3x. Now remember that the 3 comes from the idea of a secant squared u, and this is the u prime notion, but at any rate we have a 3 factor in there, and that's easy to deal with. And we would see that we have factors, enough factors for all of these elements, so let's pursue it a little bit further. Now, I like the idea of setting up the situation by writing a u to some exponent and identifying a du, and then write the leftover factors, you see, as part of this process. It kind of keeps things organized in my mind. But at any rate, if we want tangent 3x to be our u, we notice up here that we have tangent 3x is actually cubed. So we have tangent 3x cubed here for the u part, and the du is the way we identified it up here, and I'm bringing it down. Now notice over here I've introduced the 1/3 to take care of the introduction of the 3 factor. And then we look to see what is left over. Well, we have taken 2 factors of of secant 3x from the 4 factors of secant 3x up here, and that leaves us then with 2 factors of secant 3x left over. And then we look back and we say, well, how are we going to deal with this? Well, certainly we can integrate right here, but we have some difficulty over here. Now, one thing we realize in this process is that anytime we want to, or anytime we have the opportunity, we can cultivate more and more factors of the u, because after all, this is a u to the n idea that we have here. Now, right now it's u cubed, but if we had 8 factors of tangent 3x, it would be okay, or any other number of factors of tangent 3x. So what we can do then is say, well, let's just use the Pythagorean identity and create more factors for the tangent 3x. See, so that's kind of the process that we would go through in thinking about it. So I'm just bringing down and then replacing secant squared 3x with 1 plus tangent squared 3x in this position. And now I'm going to multiply. So I'm taking these 2 terms and multiplying times 1 to get this business. And then these terms times tangent squared 3x to get all of this. And notice I've just created more factors of tangent 3x in this position. And now I'm pretty much ready to go. If I'm identifying here that I have a u to the 5th and a du situation right here. So I'm all set to integrate. And so I'll show the separate integration of the 2 parts, and then away I go. I'm thinking of this as u cubed du, so I get u.
Okay, hold on. 3x.
Probably more than just half an onion, because it's a pretty small onion. I almost feel comfortable enough just doing the whole onion, honestly.
Okay, so then we break it up into 2. Oh, this is supposed to be a plus, not a multiplication. Plus, because we did multiplied by 1, and then we multiplied this by this, which get this, and because it's added, and then multiplied that by 1. So then 1/3 integral tangent cubed 3x times 3 secant squared 3x plus 1/3 integral tangent 3x to the 5th times 3 secant squared 3x dx. Oh, dx here too. Alright, and then I just need to find the integral, so be 1/3
the tangent 3x to the 4th power over 4, and of course the 1/3 comes down. And over here we bring down the 1.
Okay, yeah, because these are du. Alright, so then be tangent 3x to the 4th over 4.
Same numbers.
Plus tangent 3x to the 6th power over 6 plus c. Oh, no. It's 1/3 times. So, hold on. I gotta do 1/3 times both of them. I can't forget the 1/3. I always forget something. Alright.
1/3, and then tangent 3x to the 6th power over 6, and then plus a constant. And of course it's easy to see that the 3 times 4 and the 3 times 6 will give us different denominators here. In this next one, we have tangent x to the fourth power. And we might think, well, gee, can we use tangent x as a u? No, we can't, because we don't have the du part. So in circumstances like this, we might just separate, as we did before when we had a circumstance like this involving cosine, I think it was earlier. But I'm separating into tangent squared x times tangent squared x, and we can create that secant squared situation by using the Pythagorean identity. And now just multiplying, I have tangent squared x times secant squared x is this, and then tangent squared x times the negative 1 gives us this. Now, we need to realize that, that the integral of secant squared x is tangent x. You see, and if we recall that, then we can take this part of it. See, this is in pretty good shape, because we have a u du situation right here. But over here, we have a little bit of a challenge, because we have no integration formula for tangent squared, but we do for secant squared. So we're going to convert this to secant squared by replacing tangent squared x with secant squared x minus 1. And now I'm going to go through and do the separation. I've got the integral then of this first part, then minus the integral of secant squared x, and then the minus becomes plus the integral of simply 1 dx or just dx. And now I go through and integrate. I've got a u du situation here, so
okay, so then secant squared x dx minus secant squared x dx plus dx. Okay.
I've got a u cubed, or tangent x cubed, over 3 for this part. And the integral of secant squared is tangent, so that's where this tangent x comes from. And notice the minus sign was brought down, and of course the integral of dx gives us the x.
Okay.
In this next one, we're going to follow the advice of the last item in the list of guidelines. It says that if a problem doesn't fall into the category or doesn't lend itself well to any of the other guidelines, just convert everything to sine and cosine and see what happens, basically, is what it says. So we're going to rewrite secant as 1 over cosine, tangent squared as sine squared over cosine squared. We have a complex fraction. Remember, this is this fraction divided by that fraction, so it's this fraction times the reciprocal. Flipped over here, and away we go. The cosine factor here cancels with a cosine factor there, and it's brought down here, and the sine squared x pops up to the numerator to become sine x to the negative 2. Now we have a situation where we have a...
Okay, so, yeah, one of those cancels out. So, we got then... Sine x to the negative 2 times cosine x dx. Then u will be to the negative 2. So u is going to equal to sine x. So du is going to equal to negative sine x, right?
U to the negative 2 times the du situation. So away we go. We have sine x to an exponent which is 1 larger than this. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, and we have this negative 1 in the denominator as well. And all we need to do here is clean up. Now the negative 1 exponent says that this rascal belongs in the denominator, so it's negative 1 over sine x plus a constant.
Yeah.
And 1 over sine x is cosecant x, so it's minus cosecant x
plus c. A lot of trig in this section.
Sounds like moved on to a struggling section, folks. Maybe she take it on. There you go.
I'll get through it.
What?
I'll get through it. I'll get through it. Study techniques for finding integrals of the form.
Anyway.
What?
There you go. Cilantro is cut. But yeah, so that's why we cut the cilantro on a paper plate, so we can just. Okay. Now time. Favorite part.
And
Is cutting the citrus fruits. I love citrus.
secant.
It's not always good for you, but.
Tangent.
Oh yeah.
Dx. Either m or n is a positive
I like
integer.
it. I'm sorry.
To find antiderivatives for these
Those
forms, try to break them into combinations of
I'm talking about.
trigonometric integrals to which you can apply the power rule.
I look at.
For instance,
Mm.
you can find the integral of sine to the fifth
Okay.
power x cosine x
Now,
dx.
time for something I've never done before,
Excuse me.
which is half an orange.
Let u equal
Don't know.
sine
It's
x
kinda like this,
du equals
Fuck, there we go.
cosine
Oh
x
god, it went
dx.
like fucking butter.
Yeah, so then that would equal u to the fifth not dx, du.
So the way So now we have all of our green. Yep.
Yeah, that is u to the sixth divided by 6
See these
plus
flat
c,
stuff fall off?
which is equal to sine 6x over 6 plus c.
Onion.
Use the relationships listed below.
There we go.
So,
Like I said, paper bag tactic, I highly recommend it. Let's see. Cutting board from taking too much damage. I mean, at the end of the day, the cutting board is meant to be damaged by a knife that would have went onto the countertop. But, nonetheless. Perfect. I think. Yeah, it is. Cilantro.
power reducing formula for sine squared or sine x squared.
I also started doing. So a lot of the stuff that comes in packages, I've used. So, wait for it. So we have 2 of these packets of sour cream. So, 2 of these are going to be open. As I go through, I'm going to open them. It's kind of good.
Oh, guys, I'm only going to be doing the stream till like 9:30. Just to give you heads up. So that's another hour and a half. Because I got to get up early tomorrow. Cosine squared x.
But we're definitely using it. God. Oh god. Stay.
Sine squared x equals
That's good enough.
plus
Look, here.
cosine 2x divided by 2. Okay. Guidelines for finding integrals involving powers of sine and cosine. When the power of the sine is odd and positive, save one sine factor and convert the remaining factors to cosines. Then expand and integrate.
Oh, something. I think it's like right.
Okay.
And technic tape, which is really good. Oh, there we go. Texas paste in my finger. I may have just itched my head and put it on my head. Great. That's what I wanted to do. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now I got that going. What's next? So they're combining stuff. I'm gonna grab, for example, a spool. Like we are gonna do how much of it? 1/4 of onion juice, lime, salt. Okay. It says use sugar, but I don't want to pull my sugar out. That is where the camera's mounted. I don't feel like fixing that right now. There we go.
You're gonna need sugar if it says to add sugar.
Nah, I've done it before. We're good. Okay. Just gonna move this over here. Make this like my kind of work area. There you go. Season up there. Okay. Take salt. Water. No water. Okay. Salt our onions. There we go. I have to put half the lime in. Okay. Sprinkle all over there. Do it again. Half the lime. Just crunch it out. Yeah. Get all that out of there. What you can do, if you ever need to spread like stuff into chop stuff, if you just flip your fingers up like that, kind of knock it up a little bit. It's all that salt and lime juice all over the onions. What I'm gonna do with this? Put the microwave for 30 seconds, and then okay, so those are all pretty well seasoned. Throw them in the microwave for seconds. We're about to find out how loud this is on stream. Cover your ears. I hope that's not extremely loud.
That was not loud at all.
Okay. Fill the microwave full. We are going to find sour cream, salsa spice, and salt, pepper, and a tablespoon of water. Okay. That sour cream in there. Sour cream in there. Sour cream. It said all of it, right? Fine. Yeah, sour cream. Okay, so we should do all of it, I guess. Okay. water. We'll tap into the sink. There's our tablespoon of water. And then salt, pepper. Oh, 1/4 of the spice. So not all of it. So approximately this section right here. There you go.
Did I not change?
Oh, and salt.
No, I did. Okay. I could just look up there. All right.
Oh, I didn't. Where the fuck did I put the shaker? Oh, there it is. Salt. Here's the pepper. For those who are wondering, I got this pepper shakers from my grandparents. They got S and P on it. Makes it easier to know what's what. And then we whisk away. We're going to combine it completely. Based on the photo, it looks like it should still be white, but slightly speckled. Which this kind of does. What do I do with this? Until it reaches the consistency. It kind of looks like ranch. Probably not ranch at all. Strip down the edges, get that stuff off. Go. Okay. Then what? Okay, so we're just gonna heat. We're gonna hold off on that. Start fooling with heat. So, for safety reasons, I'm gonna move you over here. Like so. Move this bowl off to the side. Nice viewing thing. Probably just put it over here. Oh. So I can see it from a distance. There we go. Okay. This might be a little bit loud, I apologize. Okay. It uses pan twice to cook, so try and make it happen. So I've learned same way. Just take a little paper towel or just like kind of dab it outwards. Put a nice thin layer coat of oil around the pan. So you're not having to worry about it all not covered one certain space. It's very helpful. So nothing gets burnt onto my pan. Okay. Let that fit. Let that heat up. Oh wow, that's perfectly in frame. Yeah, that is. Okay, cool. Okay. Even though it's smaller, you can get everything in frame at least. I do onions. Oh, medium high heat. Okay, just that. Stir. We're gonna brown it. So we're gonna do. So we're gonna do the green pepper and onion. Obviously, also throw the seeds in there. And once they're cooked, we will pull it out and put in the meat. Which, when this is cooking, I'll probably work on that as well. Because I'll be able to move this out, I'll have more space. I actually might move these to that board. Once we get that going. Because I want to start working on the meat. Get that out. What is the meat for this recipe again? We are using ground pork. So ground pork tacos. Close with throw in our onions now. There we go. Throw a piece right on top of the onion. Use this cutting board. Actually, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna move this out of the way. Put our lemon orange into the bigger cutting board for me. Just put this there. Cool. And you're falling down in the pan there. What you doing? There it is. Oh God. Oh God.
You okay?
So the seeds are good, but the problem is you gotta kind of move around a bit, so they start fucking shooting up into the sky like fucking poppy seeds. Oh God, there goes another seed.
Are you cooking sesame seeds?
No, I'm cooking jalapeno seeds.
Oh.
God. Stay.
Oh,
God.
just a second. I'm
Fuck, you're gonna
here.
bite me, little shit.
Language.
So it's not extremely painful. It's just, oh God, you see that little fucker? Hop out of the pan. Stay in there, bitch.
Language, please.
I thought you had to be lowered. I need to take a pause. Ooh, I can smell more. I like the smell of that. The smell of cooking
Okay.
jalapeno. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, there you go. What to do with the meat? We need Southwest blend. So in the recipe, it says to put the Southwest blend on the pork again. Meat, I like to put the stuff on prior.
Why do we take the negative out?
I like to put the seasoning in prior.
Just so it's easier to integrate?
Kind of spread it out a little bit.
I guess.
Break it up a little bit. The cool thing about a cutting board is that you can use, I like to call it the napkin technique. If you use your meat to pick up the seasoning, it's kind of like you use the napkin as like a napkin to clean off the cutting board. Then you're kind of mixing it up. Get some brown going on the jalapenos, which is nice. Season it in there. There's a bit of moisture that the meat has. Pick that jalapeno seasoning up. Like that. Get that seasoning all mixed up in there. Because if you're trying to put it on when it's cooking, there's a high chance that you miss the meat.
Once I get to here, it's pretty good. Okay.
Let's lower it on the heat just a bit. I think medium to high was kind of too high. So we're burning some of it now. Burning.
Go example 2 now.
Well, it smells amazing. Oh yeah. I'm starting to brown a little bit. Honestly, this gets cooked pretty quickly. Not really surprised. I mean, it is jalapeno. Thin strip like that. The thinner strip, the quicker it's gonna cook. So if you want to keep it moving. At this point, I'm gonna try and go for a char because trying to brown an onion, this script on top of the fact that I think they gave me the wrong temperature for the or for the oven. I'm just gonna try and char it and put brown it, which is looking pretty good. I'm gonna transfer the plate, or actually what we're gonna do. All for it. Yeah. I don't know how gracefully you would contain. Oh god, Jesus. That's not good. There we go. Yep, here we go. Get that off the side. We got nothing on there, we don't have too much to worry about. So I'm gonna continue seasoning this. The rest of the season out of there. Okay. There we go. All mixed up in there. The more you spread it out, the more it gets into the meat. Yeah, just smear it. There you go. Put the rest of the seasoning on there. Perfect. What we can do is start ripping it in the, this is what I call shredding it up a little bit. Just break it down with the fingers. Don't be afraid to get messy, they say in every cooking show. And I agree with that statement. Shred it up. Shred that bitch. Oh, also make sure you wash your hands, obviously. We are dealing with, well, we're dealing with uncooked meat, but come on, standard people. How long am I cooking this? Cleans up this one. Stir in some paste with, browning, starting to brown it. Then we're going to stir in the paste with juice from the orange and a squeeze of lime, salt and pepper, and cook for another 2-3 minutes. Okay. So plan of attack is cook it, brown it, lower temperature, mix in the paste, oranges, and lemon juice. I'll probably do one nearby. I'm going to squeeze out the oranges preemptively because I don't want chunks of orange in there. Just preemptively. Okay. There we go. Now we got our nicely pulled pork part.
Okay, so now we integrate. So this one's... Oh, go away. Yeah, this one's a little easier, so...
Rest of my oil on here. Yep. Need to pick more out. Got it. What we're gonna do is before we even put the meat on there, kind of just that driplets around the center there. Yep, actually, I'll even spread it out a bit. If there's so much droplets in the center, what we're gonna do, lift it up, and just wheel it into different parts of the pan. We're not blocking any
Why?
what's it called? Any place so that the meat's all hitting it evenly. Or nothing's getting on before the real. I mean, roughly. There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
Example 3 now. Oh, excuse me.
Put the pan kind of sideways with a little swivel through the meat. Make sure everything gets that soil. Just put the pan close. Okay, and I'm going to raise this up to just above medium. What I want to do is, if we're just above medium, we're 3 to 4 minutes, we're push that to 7:30. Clock might be on this one, 7:30.
Oh, my hand hurts now. Ow. Still got an hour to go. Oh, I did not want to click the picture.
A little bit messy.
Yeah, I forgot to highlight this.
Once I do this next time, I'll probably flip the meat a bit. Actually, probably get an orange in there. But it's sweet, right? Oh god, it's gonna go everywhere. Oh wow! That was actually really well. Okay. Okay. So we just pop it in here like this. Really sweet. Oh yeah, it's all coming out. You can feel the juices. There we go. Boom.
Oh boy. Oh, excuse me.
There we go.
Okay. I need to run to the bathroom real quick. What? Alright, I'm gonna turn you up, Zach.
Okay.
Because I gotta run to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
I'll be back, guys.
So yeah, it looks like the food's coming out really well. I apologize for all the steam that's coming through the steam volume. Oh yeah, look at that brownie. You want that like that, just right before black brown right there, that middle color. Something we look for. This also, okay, that's a little bit burnt. But you know what? You can't burn a couple of pieces of meat without going places, am I right? It's funny because people ask me, how you gotta cook meat? Literally just watching people do it. That's the ticket. Lower down a bit. Honestly, I'm kind of like where we're at. He's looking pretty good. How many tacos do I have to make? 2, 3, 6, 7 tacos? What the fuck? Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to break up 7 tacos with just this meat. Okay. What we're gonna do now is I am going to start lowering the temperature. Okay, so the thing is with your paste of any type of seasoning, it's good to have some heat so it cooks into the meat. But if you have it way too hot, it'll just outright burn the paste, and then it means nothing. And you're cooking with pretty much nothing at that point. So we're gonna actually kill the heat. top up piece, make sure it's cooked on the inside. Yep, okay. Now that it's going to start cooling down here. Do a nice even spread of all the pieces. There you go. Push them together. Okay. You're going to pinch the top like this. I kept off the whole thing, but if you need to just pour it, you just pinch off like that. And then you just go right across it like so. Little dabs all over there. Now I can just sprinkle the rest of it out. There we go. Nice. You just want to kind of spread it out with our spatula. Spread that out. We're going to shift it. What you're going to do is you're going to get a pan and boom, right on top of each other. Like so. Again, you want to shift it. Right on the section that doesn't have that much sauce on it. You just want to pick it up right on top of it. Every time. I hope you guys are liking the stream. Assuming Mary's not back yet. We are doing these streams for you guys to donate to Kuzka and Twitch. The reason being is she's saving up to try and get a PC. One she's on now is starting to kind of become a part of it. So if you want to help out with that, that would be very thoughtful. You don't have to, but there's a donation that you guys want to help out any of the stream that we do. That would definitely help out. Okay, I'm liking how that's looking.
Okay, I'm back.
Next, what we're going to do is we're going to drizzle, not all of it, but a little bit of the lemon.
Alright. Sorry, we had to turn Zach down. Alright.
Get it all up in there. There we go. So bubbling with your liquid. Anything that's liquid, you want to have bubbles.
I gotta make sure I highlight this. Hello, Zai is back.
Welcome back. I heard you.
Oh, you heard?
I did hear. Okay. That's looking really good, actually. Not gonna lie. I think we're gonna be good with seasoning. I don't know how the fuck we're gonna put this on 7 tacos. I don't know what madman.
Please cosine x to the 4th by.
That's what we're gonna do, I guess. So that's good. It's eaten down. Let's see. I'm gonna pull out marinated lemon onion. Oh, I can't do it. What you do? I put my meat back. Take a paper towel. It actually says this in instructions in paper towel. We're gonna a little bit of water on it.
That's not how you write it.
Soak one section and then kind of like crumble it up like this. Look at this nice little damp towel rag. We're going to wrap them up in this. The reason why we're doing this is because it helps keep the moisture when you heat up the tortillas. It says to do it for 30 seconds. I've learned to just do 15 because 30 is a lot of time and it can really fuck the tortillas up. So we're just gonna do
Expand.
microwave.
I hate expanding.
There we go. Making sure none of it's not covered, like so. If the tortillas are still not as flexible, then we will heat it a little bit longer. But like I said, 15 seconds is quite a bit of time. Southwest stuff in the corner. Oh shit! There we go.
Power reducing formula. I don't quite have it just yet, so power reducing formula.
So we want to test that when you take them out, they got that bend to them. What I like to do is, since it's got the bend, because eventually over time they're going to start to harden back up. I like to set my thing up like that, so that when they do harden up back up, they at least have a curve to them. I don't have an issue. How the fuck we're going to do 4 of these on one plate, I have no idea. I'm used to doing 3 tacos per plate. I think I can get away with.
And we're going to rewrite.
The other issue is how I'm going to separate 4 ingredients amongst 4 tacos. That's going to be some of the. Keep this here just in case I have to bring the different tortillas. So we're going to distribute this meat up here. We'll start with the meat, as if actually what we'll do is cilantro on first. Normally a lot of people put the cilantro on the bottom, on the top. I put it on the bottom because it's a bit too much. Because then when it cooks down, it kind of more of the fumes off the cilantro as well. I'm weird where I like the fumes of the cilantro. Also trying to be a bit conservative. I guess I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do 7 tacos, but we're gonna do it nonetheless. See, like, I already got 3 tacos left, and this is what I got. If I had 1 less taco, this would be a little easier. But we're gonna make it work. You know how to distribute food nicely for tacos. You know, because I have no idea how to distribute it. I kind of just put it on there until it looks nice. There you go. Cilantro. Now we're gonna be. I'm gonna try and put not too much on because, like I said, minimum tortilla or taco.
About 1/4.
Takes a little bit. Plus, we had a lot to put on. There's quite a bit of ingredients in this recipe. Because we have 2 types of onion, the pepper.
It's so easy to forget something.
Yeah, it is. That's a lot. Might actually.
Oh. No.
There we go.
What happened? Screen share is no longer active.
What? Oh. I thought you were talking about. Okay.
Connect.
There we go. Figure out
Accept.
how to distribute the rest of this meat onto 4 tacos. This is good.
There we go. That's better. I don't know what happened.
There you go. God, looks good. I'm not gonna move from this last taco. Oh shit. Oh shit. This is gonna be problematic. This is gonna be problematic. Call it like the scrap taco.
To evaluate the definite integral from 0 to pi over 2.
We might just have enough.
3 pi over 16.
We'll be fine. Somehow, some way we're fine. How we did that, I have no idea.
Wallace's formula.
You get a little bit more on that one. So what we're gonna do before I even continue doing tacos. before that shit hardens onto my pan. And then worry about peeing it later, but just so we're getting the initial surface off the paper. If you guys have any techniques to stop stuff from hardening on your pan, I would love to hear them. This is the best way I know how. Because if you let this stuff dry, it's going to harden on there, and the pain they have to get off later. If you do that, boom, just wash it down. Anyway, so move this out of the way. So we might just move this off to the side here. Hold up. Okay. That's good. Okay. We will cut these bad boys. We got our line.
Minus 1 over n.
Sprinkle on.
Excuse me.
Just a tiny handful. There you go. Okay, so keep cutting it quite close, but we can do it nonetheless. There you go. Okay. Send them. There you go.
Oh.
Lastly,
These formulas are also
onions.
valid when cosine n x
Just
when
for our
cosine
fancy
x to the
content,
nth power is replaced by sine x to the nth powered.
we'll move on to
Ah.
the sauce, which I don't know if I like it yet. I want to try it on one taco. I think whenever trying out, oh fuck, I just ran right into the fucking camera. Whenever trying the recipes, I always try it with and without the sauce, because if I don't like it, I will use it on a second meal. I think hence the reason why I'm plating 2 of these. No, even though as much as I wish,
Next section.
in the same building as me. In fact, states away doing math problems at the end of the stream. If you guys want to see more of that, go check out the multi-stream. You can chat and I'll send a link if you don't see it. Okay, there we go.
Are you done cooking? Almost? Oh, okay. I can't hear a word you're saying because I have turned you down.
Well, that's just me. No, I gotta wash stuff down still, so it'll be the wash down show afterwards. Okay, so I'm gonna try the taco. I'm gonna save this for later. This is what it looks like.
Those look good.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna try one without the sauce, and then try it with the sauce. Pretty good.
I gotta watch another video.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Integration formulas
This is only
emerge
2 minutes.
nicely from the derivative formulas that we talked about earlier. For example, if we know that the derivative of tangent is secant squared, then we can think about, well, in this equation, if we undo derivative over here, then we have tangent. If we undo derivative over here, undo derivative, that means integral. So the integral then of secant squared is tangent. And we cleaned it up a little bit by adding a little notation and a constant, and it's the integral of secant squared x dx is tangent plus a constant. And then we can take it a little further. We can tack on this UDU idea that we've looked at so many times before. That is, we can rewrite this, the X as a U, and then tack on the DU, and we have this situation. And the others emerge in much the same way. So these are just kind of reversals from the derivative formulas that we talked about.
Okay, give me a second to do this. Copy the other formulas here.
Is it my cup of tea? No. I am, when I come to tacos, I love chorizo at least. But, goddamn, Becca.
Tacos came out real well?
Oh, yeah. Nothing burnt really well. Some of the meat is a little bit burnt. But it was only like 1 or 2 pieces of it.
Oh, that's good.
What about the sauce on? Honestly, it doesn't need that much sauce. A little bit of sauce.
Before. And it may seem a little peculiar here. Gee, we don't have the integral of tangent, so to speak, here, or cotangent, or secant, or cosecant. What's up with that? You see, we have some rather odd-looking ducks right here. Well, we'll get to that other business in a little bit. But just to understand that we use these according to what we see in a problem. For example, if we have the integral of secant squared 5t, this is the secant squared u du, you see, kind of thing that we're kind of looking for here. That is, we're thinking of fitting it to the model of, let's see, the integral of secant squared u du is tangent u plus a constant. That's just from over here. Now, the u in this problem is the 5t, so du would be 5 dt. All right, fine. Now, what are we missing in this problem? If we are looking at a u du, that's a 5t times the du is 5 dt. Do we have a 5 dt here? No. So we need to add it in. So we tack it in by multiplying by 1/5 and pop in that 5 coefficient here on the dt, and away we go. We have met the model here, and now we write the tangent u plus a constant, and the u business is the 5t. So it's 1/5 from up here, tangent u, or 5t, then plus the constant.
So
that one wasn't too bad.
Tacos. Well, I'm running low on saran wrap as well. Okay. To keep the fold in the taco, when you cool it, you want to make sure the edges are curled inward. So, what we're going to do, we're going to pull the sheet over first, obviously, like we normally do, and have the plate pinched in. So, have it pinch. We're going to bend this end in first, hold it left, hold it down tightly, like that, and then we're going to push this in. We're slowly just use our fingers to kind of push tacos in this kind of like almost burrito shape, so that when we pull the saran wrap down tightly, it keeps that shape. So when we go to take it out and heat it up, it'll keep that nice taco shape when we go to eat the leftovers. Like that. The end off. So, tuck it under. Pull it taut. Boom.
Okay,
Nice,
I can do this.
And then when you open up, it'll be nicely hard. As far as the sauce, as I said before, just take 1 sheet of saran wrap, flip over like so. And then use it for later. So you might need to whisk it a little bit if when a colder temperature your sauce starts to harden a little bit. I would usually add a tiny bit of water and stir it pretty hard, and it usually brings it back. But if your sauce doesn't have any type of liquidy, watery watery bases, I would not recommend putting water in it, because anything that like milk base or any other base that is very high will lead to kind of ruining the overall sauce for us. Yeah, so for this recipe, honestly, I give it I want to give it a high score, but because I do love tacos, any type of taco is all to me. But it wasn't really my cup of tea, so I'd probably give it an 8 or 7 out of 10. I'll give it 8 because I like tacos, but definitely not a 9. I was kind of hoping the citrus lime would be more potent. I think if we had more juice, it would probably be better.
You forgot the sugar in there, though.
Yeah, but I didn't want more of a sweet taste. I wanted more of a tingy lime taste or a citrusy taste. I don't know if the sugar would have helped that.
Sometimes adding sugar helps bring out other flavors.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if it would have worked in that case, but sometimes it does.
Okay. Give me 1 second, chat. Okay, got my clear screen up. Yeah, clear screen's up. Run that up. And then give me 1 second. As I dismount camera mount so I can move my microphone to the sink where I can do my wind down for the stream as I clean off the stuff. Go. Oh yeah, chat. Let me know if you like this setup more than what I had. I know some of you didn't like the fact that I had to put the floor screen up and move the camera over to so. This setup seemed to be better because I could have all of it in one spot. And it seemed to lay the stream down. Only issue is, I'm going to clean up now. And we're actually back to that corner that was sitting in that corner. I had some sink, dishes, and some other stuff sitting here. The funny thing is, I have a waffle iron and crock pot that was given to me. One of the waffle irons used, but the crock pot was bought new. Don't know any good recipes for this stuff. So if you guys know anything, let me know.
Oh. Why m-1? Oh.
There we go.
Now I know. Okay.
We have now moved the microphone to the sink. I'm going to do my wrap up. somebody to give us more, like maybe an extra line just to get on there. One huge thing I love about tacos, maybe this is not the most popular opinion. I'm a simple man. I like simple made tacos in the sense that when I go to a Mexican restaurant and I get a taco that's either chorizo or steak and it's just onion and cilantro, that's great. Well, I should probably put this back in filler. There we go. Anyway, go back to what I was saying. I'm a very simple man when it comes to tacos. So maybe it's because it's doing a lot of flavors, and maybe my mind is just like, eh. Don't get me wrong, I could definitely see myself remaking these. Like if I have friends over or family over, it's definitely one of those recipes that you want because it's like it's something that most people will say like it's good, and recipes like that are good to have. Sometimes it's not trying to find the best thing to do, but something that just makes people be happy. So like have a party or something. It's not going to be again God tier food where it's made by Chef Ramsay himself, but it's definitely something that will keep everyone happy. Because you can't really go wrong with lime and onion unless you put in something that is god awful. And for all my onion lovers out there, you can never really go wrong with some onion. Although I'm the type of guy that could eat a food that has raw onion in it. Some people don't like that. So it's also not a thing. If you have people that don't like that, maybe this won't be the best recipe to go to. Sorry, I'm going fine. Waiting down the board. So yeah, no, I'll probably order this again. Hopefully at one point, when I've made as much humanly stuff possible, I'll have a grasp on cooking that might leave hella today. Or at least pre-cook or pre-given ingredient subscriptions. My dream is to be able to not rely on those. Because they are they can be pricey for me from time to time, especially if you're figuring out how many meals you need to have a day. I work in and out of office when I work, so I'll be off a week and then on 1 week. And week I'm on office, I also need like 3 cooked meals because we have a cafeteria at my work, and I usually have lunch there, which means if I cook one dinner, it's gonna last one night, but next night for 3 meals. Well, if I'm working remotely, I usually need 3 or 4 because I'm also using them as lunch. Unless I get lazy and DoorDash like 1 or 2 times every 2 weeks. So there's that. What I want to do is I want to continue the series. I want to help me get food done. It's something like not to be able to get into this. I want to take a step that is every time I
It hurt.
this is like one of those things. You can't set up. They have to come and stream it, and then it's also like I have to.
You know, the next time I do this, I'm probably gonna set up my spirit lo-fi tracker thing, because I am starting to find my mind wandering. What? Yes. No, wandering. Wandering. Here, no, not necessarily. I just get to the point where I can't really focus anymore, which is not good.
You sure you don't like need medication? Because I thought there was like a thing where people have like attention issues. No?
I used to be on medication for that. Because I've been diagnosed with ADD. Sure. It worked a bit, but when I was on it, it also made me depressed. So I was just like, yeah, after a while, I was just like, you know what? I cannot be on this anymore. I have a permanent lisp now because of it as well. So that's fun. And twitches. Hmm?
I haven't heard your lisp as much.
Really? Well, that's good.
No?
Well, it usually comes out more often when I'm tired, but yeah.
I don't think you have a lisp. Or at least if you did, it's gone now. Or you hide it already.
I have a lisp. It's not pronounced, but it's there. Esthinian. Estinian.
Okay. I am finishing up. Which is the after stream of Cooking with Atlas. Day 3. Of Cooking with Atlas. Give one second. Stuff away here. Alright. As far as cooking tacos, though, I will say with a very simple recipe. As far as I'm aware, a lot of taco recipes that come from its own culture.
I think I did this example in one of the videos.
And maybe I just like that type of stuff. But, you know, it goes without saying. But, yeah. What I do is move over here really quick.
I think I did this one in one of the videos, but
Shit.
Repetition helps with memorization.
Oh.
Hmm?
Uh-oh.
What happened? He drops out of the call after saying uh-oh. Gosh, dang it. Oh, boy.
Just realized this account was muted. I may have made a mistake.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I'm sorry, chat. I didn't know you were hearing doubles like I was. I forgot to mute when I was in the kitchen, I forgot to mute my OBS volume.
Oh, no.
So they were hearing me through my computer microphone and my cell phone.
Uh-oh.
Whoops. So sorry about that, chat.
Right again.
That was not my intention. But yeah.
Such devastation. Oh, this looks so familiar now. Sorry about the air conditioner in the background. It is summer in Florida. So you will be hearing the air conditioner. Gotten to the point where I don't care. uh... Okay, this is looking very familiar. I'm like 90% sure that I did this at the beginning. In one of the videos. Okay, whatever. We're keeping going. We're keeping going. Oh. I heard something. What was that? Was that you, Halos?
Was not mean to hit the hang up button.
Was that you, Mr. Halos?
What does that mean doing what?
Hold up. I gotta now I'm curious. Let me open up.
Curious?
Nope. There we go.
Why'd you stop? Do your math.
Hold up.
Do your math.
I'll get there in a minute.
No, just do your math.
I want to see what happened. Okay, thank you very much. Let's see. Let's go to the creator dashboard.
No, don't. Now you're wasting everybody's time.
Go to stream manager. Hey, I got to. Let's see. What did I miss?
Wait, hold on.
Rated me. Oh, my love rated me. That is very nice. You know what? I forgot to do 60 seconds of ads. Oh no. I don't know if it's automatic. It should be automatic, right?
Before you go to 66 ads, we have a message from our sponsor.
Oh. Oh.
No, is this not Tap's microphone? Is this on?
Yes. Why?
Guys, we need them donations to Mary's computer. She needs it because, for one, she needs it for education, but also if you want to see her do amazing games in the future, such as the new Final Fantasy updates and other content, please go shout out to her channel. Please give her all the loving that she needs because she's amazing. She does a lot of work behind the scenes. Hell, for those who don't know, we said we're getting married later, and she puts a lot of work into that. She's a pretty much amazing content creator.
I totally did that wrong.
Friend and fiance. So just go do it. Go do the thing.
Thank you.
Get her the PC.
Shush.
Do it. Because if you don't, I'll come find you. No, I'm kidding.
Stop it.
Anyway, we're enjoying tacos now.
Okay, enjoy your tacos. That's why it didn't make sense. I skipped an entire step. Secant X, tangent X, dx. Okay. A little late, but I'm going to go ahead and do some ads. I set it up to do 3 minutes of ads every hour, but I don't know if it automatically does that or not, so I'm just going to go ahead. Ad time! Okay, so I do have to do the ads. Alright. Manually. That sucks. What are you laughing at?
the ad.
Mm.
You're like, I have to do the ads manually. Nothing happened for a solid like couple seconds. You look left and right, like what happened, and then it finally cut to an ad.
I guess it's delayed, or my
Well, yeah, you get like a couple second delay.
yes, I have a couple second delay because I'm using Restream, so I can stream to both Twitch and YouTube. So see me on
You're live on Some
YouTube.
Calc as well.
What?
You're live on Some Calc as well.
Yes.
On YouTube.
Yes.
Have you retired from Odyssey?
I can't do Odyssey with Restream, and I don't know how to set it up in OBS. Well, Streamlabs used to be able to do it without using Restream or anything like that. But when I last opened Streamlabs, it didn't have that option anymore. So I'm gonna have to do some research on that and figure it out.
There you go. Now I'm watching both.
Why are you watching on both?
So I can monitor both chats. And
Thank
I can see
you.
more of you. That's right, chat. You say anything mean, I'll find you. I'm kidding.
Okay, that makes more sense. And now we're going to integrate.
There. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna log into my normal account.
Okay. This will be a plus. Yeah, this will be a plus. Okay. So that's example 4. We're going to do example 5 now. Fun, fun. Excuse me. U equal tangent 3x. And du is going to equal 3 secant squared 3x dx. So then we're going to rewrite. Welcome back.
Okay.
Welcome back.
I have returned it.
You have returned it.
was like, yeah.
Oh, it's 3x. Okay, yeah, I'm getting to the point where my brain is shutting down. Which kind of sucks, but I guess it is what it is. Alright. Come on, I got 12 minutes left for stream. I can do this. Trig identity. That is tangent cute. It's just the little things that can completely throw it off if you don't pay attention, which is a bad idea. Bad idea to not pay attention. I mean, I'm even just looking at the example here and I am getting the wrong numbers down. We're skipping whole lines now. X. Yeah, that's the du. And then we integrate. Okay. Why did that not erase? Okay, there we go. Tangent 4, 3x. Looking at the wrong line again. I shouldn't have to look at the line. I know what to do. And we multiply. Okay. That's example 5. I'm only halfway through the section, and I got another section. And then I'm done with the 8.3. Ugh. Alright. I know it's just a couple minutes early, but I think I should end it now. Because I am melting. My brain is melting. Not me personally. My brain.
I bet 3 more hours. 3 more hours.
No.
My God, don't get me with that sass.
I got
that sass. How do you like it? I got you on both monitors.
I gotta go.
It looks like you just started laughing about the sass comment on YouTube right now.
Alright, it's time for me to go, guys.
Well, guys, this has been another Sukio Drea stream. It was pretty crazy fucking content. I didn't know if we're gonna make it out alive. Literally, I thought my life was on the line. If you guys want more of this content, let us know. We'll be sure to do it. Donate to help me get the new PCI Sukio Drea.
It's all
because
good.
It helps out a lot, and I deserve it. And I'm a wonderful friend, woman, and companion.
Stop it.
If anyone says otherwise, they're wrong.
You shush.
See you later, guys. Check me out on YouTube and YouTube D Life Odyssey and Twitch Sukio Drea.
And next time I'll see if I can
PG-13.
You dropped the F-bomb so many times today.
What the are you talking about?
Anyway, I think next time I'll try and show the page that I'm looking at for my textbook. If I can finagle it without it distracting me too much. But might not be able to do that. So
Don't worry, guys, I got it.
I will try and stream tomorrow morning, but I don't have it scheduled because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it. And then after that, hopefully I will have my PC back and in better condition than it is right now. So it'll last until I can get a new one. And I will do the stream on Thursday. Yes, the faster people donate, the faster I get a new PC, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to. Okay. You don't have to donate, but if you want to, that'd be great. Thank you. What?
Huh?
Don't listen to him.
Who am I?
He puts me on too much of a pedestal.
You don't know who I am.
Alright, so I will see you guys later. Definitely Thursday. And Friday. Saturday evening. What?
Oh. Hear me out.
Yes.
Hear me out. Never mind, sorry, continue. You're doing your intro.
Saturday evening. I'm going to be off most Mondays and Wednesdays for sure. And then depending on my work schedule, I'll be off other days. But I will try and set up a streaming schedule to, you know, I should limit it. There we go. I'll try and set up a streaming schedule so that I stream semi-consistently. I know I've said this before and it hasn't happened, but I'm determined to make it happen this year. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Why it work? Wait, Mary.
What? People can hear you still.
Wait.
What?
You have your Discord pulled up?
Yes. Why?
Paste that in your chat.
Oh. Dash ducks. Okay, we'll go ahead and raid. If you're on Twitch, if you're watching me on Twitch, we're gonna raid Dash Ducks.
I don't know how to do it on YouTube.
I don't know if I can do it through Restream either, so we're just gonna do it.
Just type it. Oh.
Alright, 10 seconds, guys. Bye.